but also I feel like there's levels to it.
Okay.
Right? So, for example, basketball and coaching. I love basketball. Love watching it. It's great. I played it. It's great. Do I like coaching? It's confirmed. I don't like coaching. I don't like coaching little boys. I don't like coaching boys. I will coach girls. But I don't like coaching boys. So that's something that I'm not passionate about. You absolutely thrive on it. And you're good at it.
At coaching, period.
Yes. So that was a little shade.
No,
Not
I'm
just
not.
basketball. I'm good at
No,
everything.
but
That was funny though. The way you said it, no, he was like everything.
This is the B-side, 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 the marriage. This is the B-side, 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 the marriage.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the B-Side of Marriage podcast. I'm your host, Rashonda, and this is my husband and co-host,
Jason.
And here at the B-Side, we talk about everything related to marriage. The good, the bad, the real, the A, and the B-side. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Glad to have you. So glad you found us. And if you're returning, welcome back. I think we have a great one for you. So please be sure that you're watching on YouTube and listening on all of the audio platforms. And make sure you're commenting, subscribing, reviewing, all the things so that others can, so that we can increase our visibility so that others can find us as well.
As well, follow us on Facebook at The B-Side of Marriage and on Instagram at BSide of Marriage.
Okay, I was like, what's next?
Sorry, y'all.
So now let's talk about our A and B side moment from the week.
All right. I'm not saying I might be stumped, but A side this week. Should probably thought about it beforehand, but no.
Yes. Definitely should have.
Actually, my A side, to be honest with you, is not having to be at sports every Saturday. I'll be honest. Not having to be at sports every Saturday.
Mm-hmm. All day.
Pretty much all day. My B-side then is I'm missing practice. That's just doing during the week. The weekend I think, again, because I haven't really did any basketball in 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, yes, but it's good.
So
like I said.
Withdrawal.
I think I am. I really am. And I want to go out and play and shoot, but yeah, just haven't had the chance, and I think I just need to get out there and just do that. So, but yeah, that's mine. What about you?
So mine is it's really my time with our daughter. I was going to say my daughter. With our daughter. She's testing me, but she's also it's just really interesting to see her grow up and become for her to mature. And mind you, y'all, she just turned 9, so it doesn't always come off well, but we had some great moments this past week. And also too, she's getting ready for her recital, and so she's taking an interest of stuff. And so anyways, just seeing her develop and our relationship, like I said, it's been pretty good this past week. So I need to shout it out while I can.
You know when you do it like the NFL with sports, anytime they say,
well, I already know with her is very, hot and cold. She's very emotional, empathetic, I should say. So she feels strongly for others. And so I already know it could be up, and that's why I said, now that it is up, we're good.
Good, shine a light on it.
We've been having conversations too, and I guess that's the part that she asked me questions
She likes asking questions.
Yeah, she asked questions, and she's bringing it to me. I know before we had an issue where she was seeking, information from other places. So the fact that, she trusts me enough to be able to have that conversation or to ask the questions to us, that's what I hope continues. So yeah, so that's my A.
Your B then?
My B is, do I have a B this past week? I mean, I guess because we're continuing to have like crazy weather. Like here in the area. You look like, what are you talking about? No. That part I don't like, because I don't like the fact that I gotta now drive through the stuff.
Torrential
and so,
rains.
Yes. Torrential rains, wind, hail, all of that. So that's like really bothering me. Also, it's like dampening my mood sometimes. And it's like also like eating into my procrastination. Cause I'm like, I'll just lay here instead of like getting things done. So yeah, so I think that's kind of like my B-side from the week.
Okay. What's next?
Oh.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
This was like,
this is funny. We're acting like
we never done. That's why I was like, wait,
what?
what's next? That is, yeah. So.
It's P2P.
Oh yeah, I did that one. See, I was waiting on you.
No, I'm waiting on you. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so our second segment is the P2P share, where we share something we're listening to, reading, or watching.
Okay, so this is something we watch because it's over, but it's still on Netflix. Y'all got to check out The Ultimatum South Africa, the reunion show. Well, actually, the whole season. I know, because the reunion wasn't that great.
It wasn't.
But you gotta watch it. It's hilarious. I hope they do all the seasons in South Africa. It's just different than America. I love it. It's entertaining. It's a good time. That's what I don't want to say too much, because I want people to just say the couples, they're entertaining. They commit to the to that 2-week trial marriage. They commit. Well, most of them do. One doesn't. But anyways, check it out. It's very entertaining. I watch it. Well, we watched it together. That's one of our shows we watched together.
See, I was gonna bring up another one we watched, because
go for it.
But I can't. Is it? Have I Never Ever?
Oh, no, Never Ever Meets.
Never Ever Meets.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Oh, we're an episode behind.
Oh, yeah, it came out on Tuesday.
Yes.
So, yeah. Again, I don't normally do that. I don't normally say these type of shows, but this is something that we just fell upon, and we've been, like, was it last week? We thought we was up to date, and we literally watched like four episodes back to back.
We were so far behind.
we were locked in. I'm not gonna lie. And this is our time that kids leave us alone. This is what. So yeah, check it out. It's interesting because people on there like.
You're gonna give the concept of the show for those who.
So basically, online dating is the first time you meet in person. Some people have been together for 15 years. Some 10
15 years.
9, 10 months. 2 years, 3 years. Did I miss one?
No, it ranges from
but
I think 3 months all the way up to 12 years.
Yeah. It was wild though. Just even to hear somebody they've been dating online for 12 years but never met. I'm just like, and then people are in the same city dating for 3 years but never met. Y'all in the same city. That's like
It's crazy.
It don't make no sense. Like they both in LA. LA ain't that big, is it?
No, it's not bigger than Houston. Traffic might be worse, but
I was like, so how? But anyway, but check it out. That's it.
Yes, I will, of course, recommend it as well. I think one thing also too that bothers both of us is that not only have they not seen each other for this extended amount of time, but now they're all living in a house together. Yeah. Like.
And they're not spending time with each other.
They're not spending time.
It's always group
together.
activities. It's always group activities. Like, so how does that really help?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like dorm life, but we're like, these are like grown people.
They're grown people. Grown.
I think the oldest is the guy,
51.
he's 51.
51, yep.
I'm not sharing a room with 5 other women. I'm not doing it. Not. So anyways.
Yeah.
So it's very weird dynamic, even how they like bring them together and the activities they do and stuff. But anyway, so we highly recommend. Yes.
All right. So I guess what we're talking about today.
So I thought we should talk about because I know we've done an episode where we talked about having similar goals or having the same goal. Mm-hmm. But what happens when you have different goals and you're chasing your dreams, but the dream is not it's not like a us dream?
Okay. Are you asking me the question?
Yeah.
I think it's okay that you can have us dreams and then have your own type of dream that you want to do. And again, it's just in how you communicate it, how you communicate being able to say, I'm interested into doing this and I want to see where this goes, instead of just be like, quit my job, I'm doing this. Like, having the conversations, talking through it, and, even if you don't have it all mapped out, just being able to talk about what it is that you're dreaming about. It doesn't have to be so much dreaming like when you sleep, but just the idea of, chasing something that is different. I think it's okay because that's, again, even though we're together, it's us, we still have our own desires and dreams to do, but it's not doing it separate of your spouse or your significant other.
Say the last part again?
I'm saying not doing it separate, but more of not communicating it. So it's like you're doing it without even having conversation about what you're thinking about doing.
Okay. So what do you expect then from your spouse as you're chasing this dream? Like, y'all have talked about it, y'all definitely agree, like, this is something you should do, whatever. So I guess what are you looking for from your spouse in that, after that?
Honestly, it's support, and being that, again, if you don't know everything right away of what, how you're going to do it, the support could be like, for instance, for me, I can be asking you questions like, hey, what do you think about this? And it's the support, understanding that, I may be trying to get something out of my head. I don't know how to navigate it, but you're there to support me and kind of give me ideas of things to do. I'm not saying things to do, but things to think about while doing it. That's for me, support and, for me, it's support and, what's the word? It's not praise. It's, what is it? Like, just reassurance, I guess.
Okay.
I guess it's reassurance.
Reassurance for what?
That, again, that you're still gonna be there to support me regardless of if it goes good, it goes bad. If that makes sense.
Okay. So then what is your fear?
What?
What is your fear around that?
What do you mean?
Okay, so you just said reassurance that reassurance that that your spouse will be there for you regardless of how it turns out. So I guess, where does that come from? I guess, where does the need for reassurance come from?
Because because it's still us. It's not just me. Even what I'm saying for me.
Yeah.
What I am doing may be something that I'm doing, but it's still a reflection of us, and is still a reflection of us. That's how I look at it. Because though that I may be doing it, I'm going on my own to do it. Everything that I'm doing is still going to be reflective in our life and our relationship, because I can't. even though I may want to do that, like for instance, what if, or for instance, like in the business that I'm doing, then I start to get a lot of people that want me to talk at conferences and do all this stuff.
Okay.
This is something I'm like, ooh, there's somebody want me to talk this, talk that. I still have to say, hey, babe, I've been offered this. What do you think about it? It's still us. I can't do it by myself. Meaning I can't just be out, like, I'm out. Yeah, somebody's gonna get it. I'm out. No, I still have to communicate and tell you, like, hey, this is what's going on. What do you think about it? Even though I may be like ecstatic about it, if it's not the right thing for us, if it's not the right thing for me or for us, I may have to pass it, because not everything is, I guess how I look at it, not everything is something that's a right now, maybe it's a later on. So I may not, I may be moving too, I guess, not saying I may be moving too fast, but maybe things are coming faster than at the moment I can handle. And so maybe right now it's not the right time, but maybe later on it will be. And maybe we'll be in a position where I can travel like that. Again, you you're not understanding.
It's not that I don't understand.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying. I understand your perspective.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think that your dream or you chasing your dream is a reflection of us.
Okay.
Prime example, because I was interested that you picked like a random hypothetical.
Yeah.
Because when our real life is literally this situation, right?
Yeah.
So we both have these goals. We both have these dreams, and we have goals that are independent of each other.
Correct.
And so I'm curious to just know how that plays out in our relationship, right? Because I think this is new for us, because we've always had joint ventures.
Correct.
And so now that there are things that like we're both passionate about, but it doesn't necessarily have to involve the other person, that it kind of makes it a little difficult sometimes to balance.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It may be difficult to balance it. Yes. But I think that's where what we're learning even now, as we coming out of one thing, and now we're moving to two things that we're both doing. As long as we're communicating effectively.
Okay.
I'm not trying to do a blanket, but communicating effectively, it's going to, like for a better word, it's going to help each of us. That's how I see it.
Okay.
Just because it's like, a prime example. So for instance, like, right now we're both starting out. Okay. We're both starting what we're doing. If we need some funds to do something and we don't have it, how do we get these funds? We have to talk about
how much we're willing to
do, how much is going to come out of our personal, and then, are we going to, once we, grow it, are we going to funnel it back? These are conversations we have to have.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying, that's why it's like, yes, it may be different joint ventures we're doing, but it still comes all back around to us, because if we need that support, if it's financial or something, I know for me, if I need the support, where I'm going. I'm not going outside, I'm going to you. Because you're gonna see something that I may need to see that I'm not seeing in it. And it's gonna help me be able to move further. But if I'm trying to just, not saying if I'm trying, but if I'm thinking that I'm big and bad that I'm gonna do it by myself, I'm gonna miss. For me, I may miss certain things that if I would have communicated to you, you might have seen it different and gave me a different perspective on how I can navigate it. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where I was saying about, if I get asked to come speak about, like, that's something I'm going to bring to you. It's like,
Yeah. But
because,
I see that more being like a logistics kind of scheduling thing.
but even though
right?
See, I don't look at it just being logistics.
Okay.
Because for me, I see it as, part of it's logistics, but part of it is like, okay, like you tell me sometime, babe, how much stuff you got going on right now? Can you tackle all of this right now? Mm-hmm. I'm excited because I got asked to speak somewhere. I'm not thinking about everything else. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's not logistics. That's you bring in perspective to, okay, you have this, and that. I'm not saying I have all that stuff, but I'm just saying you're giving me these things, so I could slow down and say, you know what, can I really do that with everything going on? And then that's where logistics come in too. It's like, okay, if you have all this going on, okay, now logistically, how does that fall into it? Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's just the main thing.
Okay. So, do you think a conversation for me, sometimes I feel as though an expectation is placed on the relationship for us to still get the other person's approval on things, when that can then add another layer on to the relationship that has not been communicated or accepted by the other person. For example, so yes, this is your dream. I support you. I am with you. I understand this is something you're passionate about. Go and make it happen. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that is the agreement that we both have.
Correct.
Okay. Because while you're making that happen, we've also agreed that I'm going to make this happen. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's the agreement. My expectation is not for me to then have to constantly check in with you and be like, hey, so this came up or whatever. Or I'm not sure how to navigate this. Can you, what do you think? Mm-hmm. Because for me, I feel like that's an additional expectation you're putting on your partner to not only be be in agreement, but be a sounding board, a mentor almost. Okay. For things that they may or may not be interested in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, that's a valid point. No, that's a valid point. I guess I guess I don't feel that when I'm bringing things to you that it's more about I want you to per se be in agreement with me.
Are you sure about that?
No, I want you. I want, when I ask you a lot of times, I want your perspective, because I just want, and it's not about me, it's not about you agreeing with me, I want your perspective behind it. Because when I'm asking you, I really want to know your perspective of what you think about it. And even if you're like, I don't like it, okay, cool. That's what I want to hear. Even though it may not be, kind of like how you say it, it's like, but that's your vision. I understand it's my vision. I'm asking you a question.
So my question is, why is it important that you have my take on something?
Because what is it? What's the word? I can't think of the word. Your opinion matters to me. Okay. So that's why I'm gonna act, because your opinion matters to me. So if again, how I said it earlier is that's one of the things that you're good at for me, is that you give me perspective on things that I may not see or may not get it right away. Mm-hmm. So when I ask you for my opinion, when I ask you for your opinion, I'm really asking because it's not so much I want you to be agreeing. I want to know how you see it. Because maybe I'm misinterpreting it. That's why I asked.
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't there be levels to it though? Because I feel as though that's where we're really kind of, like, that's why I said this is new to us. Mm-hmm. Because before, so for example, when we started the B-Side of Marriage, that was like, there was a part of it that was yours, but then we made it into what the B-Side of Marriage represents today.
Correct.
So because it's a joint venture, I expect to be checked in, like we check in with each other like on everything, like colors, like what's the logo and all the things. That makes sense to me because it truly represents us. Now for these individual or these independent, and that's why I see them as being independent ventures.
Okay.
So there should be less like check-in when we're talking about like basic, like I shouldn't say basic. When we're talking about simple things, right? Yeah. Because I can support you and also have no interest in.
Okay.
So for example, one of the incidents is the logo or the colors.
No, it was a logo. Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, he's like, do you like it? Or, he's like, what do you think? And I'm like, it's a logo. Because also, too, I don't have the ties. Like, this is truly like a you thing. Yeah. And I'm here to support.
Yeah.
But all those minor things, I don't, if you like it, I love it. I really don't have an opinion on it.
Gotcha.
And then I feel like I'm forced to have an opinion on something that I don't. And I'm just like, then I feel like I don't say the right thing. I'm like, oh, it's fine. What do you mean by fine?
Because you say fine. It's fine. When you say fine, I don't like it, period.
So there's a meme where the house is on fire and I think it's a cat that sits in the middle and is like, I'm fine, everything's fine. So when I say it's fine like that, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, everything around me is on fire, but hey, it is what it is. It's fine. But when I'm like looking at a logo, I'm like, oh, it's fine. And you're like, what does that mean? Fine. And I'm just like, okay, it's great. It's good. It's not good. Like, now I'm reading you to try to see what it is that you want me to say.
I gotcha.
It kind of goes back to our conversation last week about the granite, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I understand we're not paying more, so I will settle for this.
Yeah.
But if you ask me what I love, it's gonna be that.
Gotcha.
And I can settle, but you can't make me love something that I'm settling for.
Gotcha.
So when you're asking me opinions on stuff for something, and I'm like, I don't have one, but do I? No, I don't like it. I do. Like, I'm like looking at you. Like, that kind of stuff, I don't feel like I have to be involved in.
Okay.
And that's what I feel like we're so used to each other being our person.
Okay.
And so now that we have this other stuff coming on, and then it's like, oh, these little things, I'm just like, that's why I feel like it's hard for us to really separate and do our own thing. Okay. Because we haven't really done it before.
Yeah, we haven't. So, no, I can see what you're saying about how you're saying, because, again, when you say, I understand that's what you get it from the meme, but still, when you say everything is fine, like, and how you say, like, it's fine, everything's fine, I'm like, okay. Like, I'm like you just said, I'm like, okay, what does she really mean by that? Because when you say it like that.
Right, like the meme.
Yeah, but it's how your tone, come on,
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If it's that tone, that's the meme. And that's why I was like, I think we're just so used to each other being our person.
Yeah.
That you are reading, like literally, I'm just doing the meme because I
could care less.
I don't know. I don't. Like, even like in coming up with names, I'm like,
yeah. No, I get it.
So, so it's just like, I do think, and I honestly think that is needed in a relationship. Like, it's needed in a relationship to have joint goals and dreams.
Yeah.
And it's also okay to have your own, independent, separate stuff.
Yeah.
Because everything, I'm not interested in everything that you're interested in.
Correct.
We have a lot of things that we're interested in, like we both are interested in the same thing, but also I feel like there's levels to it.
Okay.
Right? So for example, basketball and coaching. I love basketball. Love watching it. It's great. I played it. It's great. Do I like coaching? It's confirmed. I don't like coaching. I don't like coaching little boys. I don't like coaching boys. I will coach girls. But I don't like coaching boys. So that's something that I'm not passionate about. You absolutely thrive on it. And you're good at it.
At coaching, period.
Yes. So that was a little shade.
No,
Not
I'm
just
not.
basketball. I'm good at
No,
everything.
but
That was funny though. The way you said it, he was like everything. But that was so funny.
That's not how I meant to do it.
Well,
Okay.
that's how it came across. That was funny to me. Anywho, but you love it. And so that's why it just makes sense for you to continue to operate in that, because you love coaching.
Yeah.
You love developing kids. I do not. Not in that way. Like, I don't want to coach. And So, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And so that's why I just feel like a person can, I'm taking this out now, like outside of just us.
Yeah.
Like, people tend to rely on each other, especially if you have that great like connection and teamwork. Like, it's just it comes naturally, right? For me to be like, oh, hey, this or hey, that. And sometimes you have to seek support or additional support from external people so that you're not putting so much weight on your relationship. Because it's like, you'll see couples who work together and like be in a relationship, something tends to fall off. Like, either the relationships deteriorates or the business does, because they're always like together, and it might be too much togetherness.
Okay.
Right. Also too, I feel as though, I don't think it's too much togetherness. I think there's too many unspoken additional expectations that get placed on one of those relationships, either the business or the romantic relationship.
Okay.
And because they're unspoken, the expectations are different, like weighted differently, and so you don't show up like the other person expects you to show up for them.
Okay.
And so then that is what causes the disconnect, and that causes the deterioration of one of those relationships.
Gotcha.
Because you're not showing up like I need you to show up for me. Okay. So that's why I asked. So if you have if you have a dream that you're that we've agreed on, what kind of support are you looking for? Because I think that's a conversation that needs to be had. Like, this is how I really want you to show support for me.
Gotcha. And
then getting agreement. So is that something that you can do?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. No, you're definitely right about that.
Especially, and then I'm bringing it back for us, because right now I'm still trying to figure out all the things for my thing. Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know. And I'm trying to figure out who I need to reach out to, whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know. Phone a friend. Yeah. I don't know.
And that's what, like, there are things that I haven't reached out to you because kind of how you just said it. But there are some things that, that I do ask you because I really want your opinion. about stuff. So, but no, I get it. Like, and being that this is a new space for both of us, is like we have to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have those type of mentors that can help us in the areas that we're trying to go into. But at the same time, it's I don't say but in the same sense as how I feel is what I am doing is for us as well.
I agree. So it's for the family. It's what we're trying to build, like in as far as generational wealth, and also opportunities for our kids.
That's what I'm saying. Give our kids opportunities beforehand before they actually,
And I agree, and I feel like that part, yes.
Yeah.
But or I should say, and it is okay for us to expand our support circle.
Correct. Yeah.
Because I think that's what we're both needing.
Correct.
Is for us to expand our support circle so that we're not relying solely on each other for these things. Because I feel like that's where it's like it's the more that can get us caught up into something.
No, you're right. You're definitely, and it's going to take time. It's not something. Yeah, it's going to take out because we gotta, it's like, I'm gonna use this analogy, but you ain't gonna like it. It's basically meeting new friends.
Okay. Oh no, I don't. No, I know. It's like networking, and I absolutely do not want to.
And that's why it's like for me, it's I'm gonna have to probably go to some some random tournaments with people I know, just kind of bump elbows and talk to people. So I get it.
Yeah, go find some friends to do that. Because I don't want to have to go.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I do agree. It is, in order for us to expand our support circle, we got to make sure we're surrounding ourselves with the right people.
The right people.
And so it does mean that, yes, there's conversations that you have to have with people. So, no, I do know that. Like
how you said.
Yeah, well, because I can do it. I know I can. And that's going to be different. Yeah. But I think it's also, and it's okay. I feel like it's okay for us to keep, I think it also helps us prioritize our roles. Yeah. Like how we really, and make sure that we're showing up well for each other, even as we're doing all this. Because, and that's what's so crazy about it. Yeah, we have these independent goals and dreams that we're chasing, but we also have a joint venture that we're still, working and chasing. Yeah. And so there's a lot of moving parts. Correct. And so I think also over communicating may also be beneficial to us because as far as I shouldn't say over communicating, I think speaking up instead of swallowing these little things and not bringing them up will also help because that way you don't have to try to interpret what I'm like. Oh, okay, so because I said it's fine, does she really mean it's fine, or something's wrong? Yeah. And I just don't. I got to figure out how it is. Yeah, because I don't think we have time for that. Yeah. Our time is very finite. And also, too, because we're still raising kids. Yeah. And so we want to make sure we're showing up well for them and helping them and we're parenting differently and all the, all the things. So I think if we're just more intentional on how we're communicating with each other and speaking up on the things and being more specific, I think that will also help navigate this very strange time that we're in. Yeah,
no, I agree. I definitely agree. This is good combo.
Yes,
this is a good combo. It really was. I'm sorry. Are you finished?
No, I'm done. I'm gonna do my.
Oh, okay. Because the way you end, you saying it sounded like we was at.
Oh yeah. Okay, no, we're done. We're done. Cool. What do we call this?
Marriage advantage.
Oh, okay, thank you. Sorry, y'all. I know hey, for the new people, it's not usually like this, but sometimes it be like this because we got a lot of things juggling and making sure we're dotting I's and crossing T's.
Yes.
So yeah. So but we're gonna get you all the good stuff. Okay. So my marriage advance tip is that it's okay to expand your support network.
Okay.
As needed, right?
Yes.
And also keeping like the main, not the main thing, but keeping the most important things about your relationship sacred to the relationship, and making sure that you're setting good concrete boundaries to protect that, so that as you are chasing these dreams, chasing these independent goals, you don't lose sight on like your core beliefs in your relationship, so that you can always stay true to that and still chase your dream.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, as always, like, follow, share, subscribe.
Yes.
Leave a comment, y'all.
Yeah.
We know you're watching. Just go ahead and leave a comment.
Yes.
Let us know if you agree. If, again, even if you don't agree, let us know. I want to know what you're thinking.
Yes.
I guess that's it.
Well, right. And remember, check us out. Check out our website as well. We have a merch shop where you can get swag like this. Also, too, we are marriage and relationship coaches. So if you're struggling in navigating things like this, as you can tell, it is not finite.
Yeah.
No matter how long you've been together, you're changing, you're chasing dreams, things are changing, goals are changing. And that could be hard if you try to do it by yourself and you guys don't have the right language or skill set to be able to do it. So reach out. We're here to help. So yeah, so check our website so we can walk along with you on that.
Yeah, well, and I guess until next week.
Because remember, the real work begins at I do. Peace.